Let's suppose that a cyclist is riding along the road and we measure his velocity after every second. Now let's suppose that his velocity or speed is 12 meters per second. Now at 3 seconds something surprising appears in his path. So to avoid hitting the rabbit he's going to have to brake. That means that his speed is going to get less. We call this deceleration, and it is the opposite to acceleration, where your speed increases. And the graph of his motion looks like this. So he brakes during 4 seconds, and at 7 seconds he comes to rest, just in time to avoid hitting the rabbit. So how do we calculate his deceleration? Well, it's exactly the same as with acceleration. You need to measure the slope or gradient of the velocity time graph, which is equal to the change in velocity or the change in speed, delta V, divided by the change in time. Again, that's the vertical change divided by the horizontal change, which is equal to 12 meters per second divided by 4 seconds, which is equal to 3 meters per second or 3 meters per second squared. So we can say that the moment he starts to brake, he decelerates with a deceleration of 3 meters per second squared. We'd also like to know the distance that the cyclist travels from the moment he starts to brake. That's to say, from t equals 3 seconds until t equals 7 seconds when he stops just before the rabbit. So we remember that the distance covered is equal to the area under the VT graph. So in this particular case we're interested in the area under the graph in this section, which has the shape of a triangle. So we have to calculate this area. And the area of a triangle is easy to calculate. It's equal to half the base, okay, and this is the base here, is 4 seconds multiplied by the height, which is 12 meters per second. So the area under the curve in this case is equal to a half times 4, that's the base, times 12, which is the height, which is equal to 24 meters. So the distance covered by the cyclist from the moment he starts to brake to the point where he stops just before the rabbit is 24 meters.